Now, everyone, I want to say salute to everyone who's watching True Colors very first time. I've been praying, and pretty much we've had our first real rain. You know what I'm saying? It was rain before, but it's like last night was so beautiful. It just rained and rained and rained and rained and rained. But before that happened, it was lightning and thunder. No rain was coming. And I remember I woke up out of my bed. And I felt like the Father tugging on me to come downstairs and go pray. That's what I did. I got up, got my wife in the bed, and upstairs. I just began to start praying. I looked outside the window, and I said, Father, you told me that ask for rain in a time of rain. Well, this time of rain, so let it rain. And then all these rains just start to come down. And I was like, yeah. And it just started just pour and pour and pour and pour and pour. It was beautiful. But now I got something new, something fresh, something that no one really talks about, because I guess they want to keep this stuff hidden. We're going to talk about that when we hit this intro. Oh, yeah. Share this video. You already know what it is. Yeah, man. This should be a pick-me-up Goshen. It should be Goshen pick-me-up. Because also we want to get into what people should be looking for their Messiah. Everyone was like, well, where's the characteristics? Well, there's really none of those things really is actually, it's not there. It is actually a sign though. And the sign is what the Messiah says the sign is. And it's opposite of what people think. Very, very opposite. And so if your leader is not going through this, because they're not it. It's just, it is. So let's hit it. Oh yeah, Brother Charles might be joining us. Let me see if I can get him on the phone. I think he's still up. Because he's supposed to be giving a one account report on that, how it's now snowing in central Kenya, South Africa, all those different places. Right now, at this moment, it's now snowing there, which means we're in a winter season, not spring, you know, or summer as they want to recall. You know what I'm saying? We're not in summer months as they are in so-called America. So it's a difference. All right.
Other Psalms.
Revelations. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast in his image, and receive his mark into his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of Elohim, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation. And he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence torment and sitteth up forever and ever. And they have no rest day nor night, who worship the beast in his image, and whosoever receiveth the mark of his name. Satan cast into the lake of fire. And the devil that deceived them was cast into the lake of fire and brimstone, where the beast and the false prophet are, and they shall be tormented day and night forever and ever. The great white throne. And I saw a great white throne, and him that sat on it, from whose face the earth and the heaven fled away, and there was found no place for them. And I saw the dead, small and great, stand before Elohim, and the books were open, and another book was open, which was in the book of life. And the dead were judged out of those things which were written in the books, according to their works. And the sea gave up the dead which were in it, and death and hell delivered up the dead which were in them. And they were judged, every man according to their works, in death and hell were cast into fire. This is the second death, and whosoever was not found written in the book of life was cast into the lake of fire. But I will tell you what will happen to cowards and to everyone who is unfaithful or dirty-minded, or who murders, or is sexually immoral, or uses witchcraft, or worships idols, or tell lies. They will be thrown into that lake of fire and burning sulfur. This is the second death.
Your haters, not your haters, they're your fruit testers. Your haters, not your haters, they're your fruit testers. Hey, Yahuwah says we your haters, not your haters, they're your fruit testers. Multitude like your haters, not your haters, they're your fruit.
Beats by other songs.
Truth colors, truth colors, truth colors, truth colors, truth colors, truth colors. Ayy, when you learn the truth, it will set you free. Many are held captive, stolen identity. But let me just shoot the breeze, release you from Satan's squeeze. He's all like enemies, no matter the color you see. That truth flame, truth colors, truth colors, truth colors, truth colors, truth colors, yeah, truth colors.
This is like one of the saddest messages that I'm gonna have to bring out, because most people don't know this. It goes back to where the Father had me say that once Trump is out of office, whatever is going to happen is going to happen. And it's not good. People could not wait to get Trump out of office while Trump was literally mercy. They couldn't wait to get him out. Well, congratulations. He's out. Now, Trump is seen in treason to the now said king who's his life. And I'm gonna prove all this that I'm talking about shortly. All right. We are going to go to Daniel chapter 7. We're gonna begin to start to put this thing together. And bro, stop playing with me. All right. There we go. What up in here? All right. We're gonna go here. Okay. Now, what people don't understand is this. The fourth beast did not already come. The fourth beast is now. Hence, when the Father said, the beast is about to take the throne. And watch how it all correlates to what's going on now. Then we began to put this picture together and see what's been going on behind the curtains that we were not privy to see or even know. The higher ups know what's going on, but they will not say anything because they're not allowed for the most part. But America is now, for the most part, it's still America, but it's under new rules, governments. That's where you're starting to see the new monetary systems. Now, there's one who will seek to change times. People think they talk about the weather. No, he's talking about the times, the eras of what people once had, to where cash ruled the system. Now it will be a cashless, a cardless society. That is literally changing times. But most people always see the devil will always have you run around a loop. You know why people say that? Oh my goodness, they will be invested more in card instead of seeing the practicality of what's being said. It says, number one, Messiah is simple. Period. You want to get all to these deep things, that is not it. And I'm telling you, it's not it. It is going to be something simple, but it will go deep. Look how simple it is that you make a requirement for people to actually access to be able to buy, sell, or trade. Look how deep it's starting to get into now. Something so simple, which is what? Changing a system. Make it a requirement that they had to have this mark. Something so simple turns into something so deep. It begins to penetrate into every single thing that is cost of living. And if you want any kind of aid, you got to be up under this mark. Meaning what? America comes up under a new king. That's exactly what it's saying. And every king come with their own crest, their own mark. That's why it says the number of his kingdom. It's the fourth kingdom. Let's go. All right. Daniel chapter 7. We ain't going to do that. Look, first beast was like a lion. Boom. Let me show you him real quick. King William the Lion. Bam. The king who what? Who lost Scotland. Now, let's make this bigger. I think I can. I think I can. Bam. Right there. Okay. Now, in the same instance, the father shows the beginning, or he shows the end from the very beginning. Let's go there. Let me see. All right. Let's get it. Seven years has passed over him. Daniel interprets the second dream. You, O king, are that tree. You have become great and strong. Your greatness has grown to reach the sky, and your dominion extends where? To the ends of the earth. And you, O king, saw a watcher, a holy one, coming down from heaven and saying, cut down the tree and destroy it, but leave the stump with its roots in the ground and a band of iron and bronze around it, but leave the stump with its roots in the ground and a band of iron and bronze around it in the tender grass of the field. Now watch this. You all about to lose your stuff. You're going to lose it. She's going to straight up lose it. Watch this. Let's go get that, shall we? Because I've been studying this for the last couple of hours, right? And my mind is like, what and the entire is going on here? The father literally gave a sign. Literally, a sign, unicorn, and chain. What does it mean? How they gonna cover it up? Scotland. Why is it chained? Legend says the unicorn was believed to be the strongest of all animals and could only be humbled by a virgin maiden. It is possible, according to some interpretations, that the chains across to symbolize the power of the Scottish kings. They were strong enough to tame even a unicorn. Now, here it is right here. Now, this is where it's going to get very interesting. And you're going to see exactly what we just read. Oh, my milk and magnesium. Do you see this right here? It literally made itself into an emblem. Look what it says right here. Cut down the tree and destroy it, but leave the stump with its roots in the ground and a band of iron and bronze around it. And the tender grass of the field, let them be drenched with the dew of heaven and graze with the beasts of the field till 7 times pass him by. Chain into the grass. Now, it says in Daniel chapter 7 that he subdues them. So the first beast was a lion. King William the Lion. The king who lost Scotland, meaning what? It was subdued, taken over. Now, if you look at what the beast looks like, you're starting to see all the different kingdoms that makes up this beast. That's why you see the mouth of a lion. If he speaks with the mouth of a lion, that is literally the Scotland. See, look, and the beast which I saw was like unto a leopard, and his feet were as the feet of a bear, and his mouth as the mouth of a lion. And the dragon gave him his power and his seat and great authority. The lion, right here. Who was the Scottish king captured by? All right, let's go into the next part. And it had wings of an eagle. I watched until the wings were torn off, and it was lifted up from the ground and made to stand on 2 feet like a man. And given the mind of a man. That is literally a beast. He's got a beast mentality right here. And then they say he's given 2 feet like a man and given the mind of a man. So the first beast was a lion. And now they're showing you that the lion is really a man. Look what he is called. King William, the same thing that you see right there, the lion. What's good? Very simple, right? Most people will make this thing so hard. So hard. And it's not hard at all. That's why it says the book is closed. But you see how simple it is right here? Yeah. All right, let's keep it going. Suddenly another beast appeared, which looked like a bear. It was raised up on one of its sides, and it had 3 ribs in its mouth between its teeth. So it was told, get up and gorge yourself on flesh. So it sounds like Russian. Russian bear is a widespread symbol for Russian. So Russia comes in and subdues some people. It was in both good strength, power, and sheer might, and the bad ferocity and club-footedness. What comes after that? Next, as I watched, another beast appeared. It was like a leopard. And on its back, it had 4 wings, like those of a bird. The beast also had 4 heads. and it was given authority to rule. Who was given authority to rule? Leopard. This leopard has 4 heads, meaning it is not the only thing that is ruling. So the leopard I spelled his name like all the way wrong. His name means leopard. His name means leopard. His literal name meant leopard. Now, the leopard that was with Russia, the bear, and Russia was empowered with Salah. He had more than one head. He was removed. Now we see Ethiopia is a part inside of the beast that will be destroyed. Could Ethiopia be the brother who betrayed us? Just saying. They were never captured, as they always say, right? Never conquered. Made a rule. Just saying. On his back, it had 4 wings like those of a bird. The beast also had 4 heads and it was given authority to rule. After this, as I watched my vision in the night, suddenly a 4th beast appeared, and it was terrifying. See, a 4th beast, and extremely strong with long armed teeth. It devoured and crushed, then it trampled underfoot whatever was left. It was different from all beasts before it, and it had 10 horns. While I was contemplating the horn, suddenly another horn. While I was contemplating the horns, isn't that part? Suddenly another horn, a little one, came up among them. And 3 of the first horns were uprooted before it. Now, one could be uprooted or another could be subdued. If it's subdued, that is why we get the different parts of this beast. One part is bear, other part lion, other part crow, because they all represent these kingdoms that have been subdued. They say he subdued 3 kings. If he subdued them, that means he can also, people think he's gonna go through and just kill all the people. No, he needs people, he needs subjects, he needs servants. So they're forced into, watch this, into service of this new king. Their kingdoms are taken over, of which America has always had a king. When Prince William, or when Williams died, or George, when George died, King George died, and Elizabeth became queen, America no longer had a king, but a queen. There were a people without a shepherd. But now that the head has been restored, America is going to flip the script on all of its people. And you're seeing that happen. You're starting to see it happen now. And that's what Daniel chapter 7 is speaking about. Let's go. After this, as I watched in my vision in the night, suddenly a fourth beast appeared, and it was terrifying, dreadful, and extremely strong, with long iron teeth. It devoured and crushed. Then it trampled underfoot what was left. It was different from all the beasts before it. It had 10 horns. While they contemplating the horns, suddenly another horn, a little one, came up among them. And 3 of the first horns was uprooted before it. This horn had eyes like those of a man, and a mouth that spoke words of arrogance. This would be who? None other. King William the Lion. Because when you look up Scott, all right, so they can say Scott unicorn in chains. See? It's been wrapped up. Look, on the British crest, Scotland's unicorn is in chains due to being seen as too dangerous in medieval times. We should no longer live in chains. Free Scotland, unchain the unicorn. Why in the world is it saying free Scotland unless unicorn has been brought under? Look up underneath here. It says IRS. IRS. There's a whole crown upon his neck. I mean, people have a reason why that says, but then other ones, I love what one person said. It made sense. President. Or there it is. Royal coat of arms. Unicorn. Chain. The unicorn is the national animal of Scotland. If you look closely at Royal Coat of Arms, you will see that the unicorn wears chains around his body and a crown around its neck. Means it has been brought under the command of the monarch. Now, when you go and find out who the monarch is, it's Britain. What does it mean of the chain unicorn on the British? Why does the British got the unicorn chain? They conquered it. The English lion on the left. So it says 3 kingdoms have been subdued. Where's it at? Wait, that one. It's crazy. All right. See, this horn had eyes, like those of a man, and a mouth that spoke words of arrogance. The horn has eyes. The horn has eyes. There's a line right there. Well, like almost further showing it. Like, look, this horn had eyes like a man and mouth that spoke words of arrogance. Then his vision of the Ancient of Days. As I continued to watch, thrones were set in place, and the Ancient of Days took his seat. His clothing was white as snow. So every single time I would sit down and do truth colors that y'all see right now, even though y'all can't see it, I am always wearing white, if that makes sense. Okay, let's go. The hair of his head was like pure wool. Now, watch this. And the hair of his head was like pure wool. What does that mean? His hair is locked. Locks like wool. It is simply telling you the Messiah, the one who's called the Ancient of Days, his hair is like wool. His hair is locked. He has locked hair. He has covenant hair. His hair was like wool. His hair was like locks. All right. Like pure wool. Look at their hair, look like pure wool. I don't know. That women. Well, y'all see my hair before. For those who follow my page, you didn't see my hair before. I'm about to go out over here, and I'm trying to stay as cool as I can without turning on the fan. All right. His throne was flaming with fire, and its wheels were all ablaze. And I mean, a river of fire was flowing, coming out from his presence. That means the kingdom is within him. All this stuff is coming out of him. Look, his throne was flaming with fire, and his wheels were all ablaze. This is happening all inside of him. A river of fire was flowing, coming out from his presence. He is literally representing the throne at all times. Thousands upon thousands attended him, and myriads upon myriads stood before him. This is King of Kings and Lord of Lords. The court was convened and the books were open. Might be some people watching this that we don't see. And I'm not talking about like people we can only see. Some angels. Somali king. We're sitting here being taught. Thousands upon thousands attended him, and myriads upon myriads stood before him. It's a lot of angels. The court was convened and the books were open. Then I kept watching because of the arrogant words the horn was speaking. As I continue to watch, the beast was slain. See? The beast was slain. The lion was slain, and his body was destroyed and thrown into the blazing fire. As for the rest of the beasts, their dominion was removed, but they were granted an extension of life for a season and a time. Then he was vision of the Son of Man. In my vision, in the night, I continued to watch, and I saw one like the Son of Man coming with the clouds of heaven. Now, when he said like coming with the clouds of heaven, mean what? It's coming with purpose. He's been born for a reason. He's coming with the clouds of heaven. He's coming as what? A promise. This is literally saying that this baby is coming as a promise, the promised child, the covenant baby. He's coming with the clouds of heaven. He's coming with the clouds of heaven. He's coming with a promise. He's coming in a name. Look, he approached the Ancient of Days. It literally gives my testimony. And I saw one like the Son of Man coming with the clouds of heaven. He approached the Ancient of Days. Close your eyes. There he is right there. I'm approaching. And was led into his presence. I told you every single thing. I know how my mind was. So I was like, everything up in here was white. He was covered in all glory, and I was covered in all glory. I was standing right there with him, not kneeling, standing. And he, who, this Son of Man, was given dominion, glory, and kingship. When did he get kingship? When he approached the Ancient of Days. So that would be literally October 7, 1997, which ties in perfectly with what I've been saying. I was born on the earth, age 4, knowing what? That I'm a prince. By the time October 7, 1997 comes and I see the Messiah, it is for what? For my kingship. So watch this. No one can justify or no one can literally speak against or reject something that has taken place over 25 years ago. That's why the Father will not be listening at this moment, because I've been king all up until this time. I was made king when y'all didn't even know it. So now, what to try to count for people to try to remove me as king will not work. When I was made king, many people didn't even know. Y'all was still, some people was calling on the name JC. There'll be no one who actually can speak against anyone. Everyone will be messed up into different religions. Made it that way. So it will be his choice and his choice alone. And he was led to his presence. This is what you're supposed to be looking for. If you're looking for leaders, you should be listening for this part right here. If you are not looking for this part right here, then you are being deceived. Let me go back to some of that. We're gonna have to speed this up because y'all already heard it for the first time, but someone just show it now. I just seen like people cannot see the screen. He wrote down during summary on the count. They declared my night in the vision of the night. I looked, and suddenly the four winds of heaven were turned up a great sea. Then four great beasts came up out of the sea, each one different from each other's. Now, we can see this coming from the UK. Anything across shores, anything across seas, I'm just trying to show. These people are coming from a far away a distance. They're coming up from the sea. Anything close by the sea. UK, all that stuff. First beast was like a lion. Then we went and connected that to the beast which I saw was like unto a leopard, and his feet were as the feet of a bear, and his mouth as the mouth of a lion. And the dragon gave him his power and his seat and great authority. Now, it shows that Scotland was literally ones who have done bad to us. It says the dragon, that is Satan, gave him his power and his seat and great authority. That means that Scotland is probably definitely in our territory of being mistreated by, doing slavery and all that stuff. Yes. Keep going. Like I said, where's he at? Chains, where was it? Not that one. All right. Over. Haile Selassie's name literally meant, I don't want to get ahead with that. Where's he at? King William the Lion. There we go. All right. King of the Scots, Scotland. The king who lost Scotland. See? William the Lion. The first beast was like a lion. It had wings of an eagle. I watched until its wings were torn off. No. Wings on lion. Royal crest. No, not that one. Nice one. Something like this. Almost. England. That's what the other one is. That's why it says his wings was torn off. Got it. Oh, wow. It is literally giving us crest. I'm going to show it. Watch. Describe it to us crest. All right. There it is. Wing of a lion. Now you look at certain things. There it is. Like, where's the wings at? Something like this. But it's a lion with wings. It is symbolic of something. And now when you see the lion, you now see the lion. It's going to be the one with the horn. And then it has the lion with it next to it. That's why it's there, because the lion's wings were torn off. Powerful. So it looks like this. Not that one. But this. The lion's wings were torn off. Notice it got a crown on top of it. Notice it's another one that was actually subdued. It is talking about two kingdoms that's been brought under. And look, here's the mouth of a lion was given to speak on top of everything. All right. And it was lifted up from the ground and made to stand on 2 feet like a man and given the mind of a man. Here. The king. Suddenly another beast appeared, which looked like a bear. It was raised up on one of his sides, and it had 3 ribs in his mouth between his teeth. So it was told, get up and gorge yourself on flesh. Like if you Russia or I'm sure there's other bears. This is all talking about different kingdoms. Next, as I watched, another beast appeared. It was like a leopard. And on his back, it had 4 wings, like those of a bird. A leopard with 4 wings. Royal Quest. Not leopard. Oh yeah, as it is. It says 4 of them. It says that's 4 heads. So on his back, it had 4 wings like those of a bird. The beast also had 4 heads and was given authority to rule. Here it is right here. It's literally 4 wings. 4 heads. 4-headed leopard with wings of a bird on his back. Right there. Okay. Who does this belong to? Unless or kings that come. Yes, almost. England, Britain, lion, coat of arms, leopard. No. After this, as I was watching my vision in the night, suddenly a fourth beast appeared. A fourth beast appeared. This is where we are headed at right now. This is what's going on right now, right? After this, as I was watching my night vision in the night, suddenly a fourth beast appeared, and it was terrifying, dreadful, and extremely strong, with large iron teeth. It devoured and crushed, then it trampled underfoot whatever was left. That's the remnant. It was different from all the beasts before it, and it had 10 horns. While I was contemplating the horns, suddenly another horn, a little horn, came up from them, and the 3 of the first horns were uprooted before it. His horn had eyes like those of a man, and a mouth that spoke words of arrogance. Then his vision of the Ancient of Days. As I continued to watch, those thrones were set in place, and the Ancient of Days took his seat. His clothing was white as snow, and the hair of his head was like pure wool. So when they were saying, I guess they were saying, oh yeah, the Lion of the tribe of Judah, it's time. I believe judgment began at that moment. His throne was flaming with fire, and his wheels were all ablaze. A river of fire was flowing, coming out from his presence. That's why I keep giving a time, be giving it the watch. I mean, what? It was only 3 seconds before 12 o'clock. And that was like back in 1998, 99, you know, roughly most times. Now, judgment is speeding up. You know what I'm saying? Because there's no more time. That's why I talked about Revelation chapter 12, like when he begins to start open his mouth, there's no more delay. This ties in perfect when the Father says, whatever's going to happen is going to happen. There's no more delay to anything no more. Here we're going to find out really what America is. America is under subjection by Britain. America is literally now up under new law and authority. As long as the Queen was alive, no, there wasn't. But now, since the Queen is so-called dead, he now has full authority over America. That's why they seen the UK coming in and invading. That's why, what's his name? The white boy. That's why the Father showed that. Why he seen the UK and UK soldiers on the ground, Chinese soldiers on the ground, Russian soldiers on the ground. His throne was flaming with fire, and his wheels were all ablaze. A river of fire was flowing, coming out of his presence. Thousands upon thousands attended him, and myriads upon myriads stood before him. The court was convened, and the books were open. Those right now who are on Goshen right now, the books are open. What? The Bible. The books that were sealed were open. That's what it's talking about. And the books that were sealed were open. And what? The court was convened, and the books that were sealed were open. Remember? Seal the books. Daniel, seal the book until the time of the end. And what? It tells you at the time when he comes on the scene that that Daniel's book is open. All the books that's been sealed at that moment are now open. Whew. All right. It says it right there. And the books were open. The Bible, meaning understanding is given to the one who reads this book. Let's go. Then I kept watching because of the arrogant words the horn was speaking. See? As I continued to watch, the beast was slain, and his body was destroyed and thrown into the blazing fire. As for the rest of the beasts, their dominion was removed, but they were granted an extension of life for a season and a time. Daniel, vision of the Son of Man. In my vision in the night, I continued to watch, and I saw one like the Son of Man, the one everyone understands and loves. Hey, I want to see the Messiah. I want to see him. That is the one that people want to see. This is hilarious. John the Baptist wanted to see my day. You all want to see his day. It's balance. I saw one like, meaning what? There is another. The one that you all know is not the one they're talking about. That's why Daniel said one. Obviously, he has to know the other perfectly. And it's put into this vision so that he knows to call a second one, not the first one that everyone knows. And I saw one like the Son of Man, one like the Messiah, one like the Son of Yah. I saw another one. That's what he means. I saw one like me. One like means, if it's one like literally means another. And I saw another Son of Man. Woo! Because one like means similar, same to, another. And I saw another Son of Man coming with the clouds of heaven. That means what? He's coming with a yes man and an amen. He's coming with a yes and an amen. He's coming with promise. Meaning what? Even though his parents might have been fooling around, his birth was purpose. He approached the Ancient of Days and was led into his presence. Who? The Ancient of Days' presence. And watch this. The same one who's the Son of Man, who's like another Ancient of Days. He was given dominion, glory, and kingship. The people of every nation and language should serve him. His dominion is the everlasting dominion that will not pass away, and his kingdom is one that will never be destroyed. Daniel's vision interpreted. I, Daniel, was grieved in my spirit, and the visions of my mind alarmed me. I approached one of those who was standing there, and I asked him the true meaning of all this. So he told me the interpretation of these things. These four great beasts are four kings who will arise from the earth. The saints of the Most High will receive the kingdom and possess it for years, forever and ever. Now, then I wanted to know the true meaning of the fourth beast. Look what he wanted to know about. He wanted to know about the fourth beast. Because the fourth beast, Daniel sees the end. That's why it says, Daniel seal up the book until the time of the end. So what we think is over or has already happened has not happened and is about to happen. And it's coming from the book of Daniel and the book of Revelation. Yeah, this is about to, let's go. All right. This was different from all the others, extremely terrifying, devouring and crushing with iron teeth and bronze claws, then trampling underfoot what was left. I also wanted to know about the 10 horns on his head and the other horn that came up, before which 3 of them fell. The horn appearance was more imposing than the others. He imposed himself. Meaning what? It wasn't welcome in a sense, but he imposed. Am I imposing on your dinner? Means he's forceful. It's a force. Why? Because you owe the debt. It's like almost, see, like people will know that the one who becomes king over America as well. That's never been known. America has a king. Their king is Paul. Therefore, now king is under America's up on a different rule, different government power. All monetary systems are being changed. Imposing then the others, with eyes and with a mouth that spoke words of arrogance. As I watched, this horn was waging war. Wait, what? As I watched, this horn was waging war against the saints and doing what? Prevailing against them. Watch this, until the Ancient of Days arrive and pronounce judgment in favor of the saints of the Most High. And the time came for them to possess the kingdom. Is this spring? Yep, it is rain. Rain. Does this make sense to anybody? Is anybody? Is any of this making sense to anybody? All right, we're going. Yeah. This is what he said. Now we're gonna look at this part. I want to look at King James version. Here it is. This is what he said. The fourth beast is the fourth kingdom that will appear on the earth, different from all the other kingdoms, and it will devour the whole earth, trample it down, and crush it. And the 10 horns of the 10 kings who will rise from this kingdom. After them, another king, different from the earlier ones, will rise and subdue 3 kings. He will speak out against the Most High and oppress the saints of the Most High. The job of the kingdom, of their kingdom, to suppress. Look what happened. Oppress the saints of the Most High, intending to change the appointed times and laws. And the saints will be given into his hand for a time, times, and half a time. That's 3.5 years. It's literally talking about what? The time of the mark of the beast. So this is fourth beast, is the last one that's coming in power right now. When the Father says what? The beast is about to take the throne. In our community, we have many antichrists. Everyone's trying to act like they're it or someone to be followed when they're not. If I say you will have many antichrists. Why is this? The court will convene and his dominion will be taken away and completely destroyed forever. Then the sovereignty, dominion, and greatness of the kingdoms under all heaven will be given to the people, the saints of the Most High. His kingdom will be an everlasting kingdom. And all rulers will serve and obey him. Thus, in the matter, as for me, Daniel, my thoughts troubled me greatly, and my face turned pale. But I kept the matter to myself. Now, the way I wrote it out on Facebook, a bit different. Was like no time to write this stuff out. I'm gonna read what I wrote on Facebook and see how I put this whole thing together. As it came together so good. All right, it made this. This comes together. All right. Here we go. America has a new king. Welcome to the beast or dragon. A new government and policy is already made. That's why he seeks to change times and seasons. And they shall be given into his hands for times and half times. Daniel chapter 7:25. And he shall speak great words against the Most High and shall wear out the saints of the Most High and think to change times and laws. What? Of all governments and or monetary systems, creating new cash apps with new requirements. Accept the mark of the beast. No one will be able to buy, sell, trade, anything, right? And they shall be given to his hand until a time and times and the dividing of times. Revelation 12:14. The woman was given 2 wings of a great eagle so that she might fly to the place prepared for her in the wilderness, where she will be taken care of for times, and half a time, which is the same thing up here. Out of the serpent's reach, it, kingdom, also forced all people, great and small, rich and poor, free and slave, to receive a mark on their right hands or on their foreheads. This is still yet to happen, so that they could not buy or sell unless they had the mark, which is the name of the beast or the number of his name, which is a kingdom. It's the name of a kingdom. Daniel 7:26, but the judgment shall sit. Daniel 7:21-22. At 21, I beheld this, and the same horn made war with the saints and prevailed against them. 22, the Ancient of Days came, until the Ancient of Days came, and judgment was given to the saints of the Most High. And the time came that the saints possessed the kingdom, and they shall take away his dominion. Who? You understand? The one who's going to be the last king. They shall take away his dominion to consume and to destroy it unto the end. And the kingdom and dominion of the greatness and the greatness of the kingdom under the whole heaven shall be given to the people of the saints of the Most High, whose kingdom is the everlasting kingdom. All dominions shall serve and obey him. Hereto is the end of the matter. As for me, Daniel, my connotations much troubled me, and my countenance changed in me, but I kept the matter in my heart. One part says he went pale. Are you gonna turn pale unless you black or Eba? Go in. See, King George, let's go in here. See what's going on here. America has a new king. Why ain't nobody talking about that? Does America have a royal family? The Revolutionary War officially ended in 1783 with the signing of the Treaty of Paris. This marked the official end of monarchy in the United States, with George III of United Kingdom being the last monarch. America has a monarch before. It was only when the person was king. Now that the mother is dead, America falls right back up under the power of their once king. It says the last king was George II. Yeah. Watch this. I said it was gonna happen, and it's happening. Biden meets Charles. It just happened like a couple of days ago. What I said, it is 1 day ago. Biden arrives to meet King Charles of Windsor Castle. Now, did you know also with him comes a new era? Need to change the times. New era. New era. No. What would a new era be called under King Charles? New era of hope and progress. Our new Corellian age. See? He's seeking to change times. And they will be given into his hands. The term Caroline or Carline is derived from the word calorus, which is the Latin, wow, which is the Latin for Charles. He named it after himself. Previously, the Carolingian age has been mostly associated with the reign of Charles II. There it is, right there. King Charles III, a new era, 2023. It's all there. Now, Biden is showing his submission to Charles here, to dear old Charles here. He shows that he is loyal to him and not loyal to the people. No. Why? Because Charles will give him authority, power, to reign as a king. Yes. We're given power. Reign as king for 1 hour. For the 10 horns. 10 people. We're not yet given kingdoms, but we're reign as kings for 1 hour. Now let's get Mr. Pepperstone on here. Let's tie this in.
Hey, this is Dana Coverstone. I'm a pastor, I'm a husband, I'm a father, I'm a patriot. I love this country. And I can confirm the first part of what I'm about to tell you because I told some men at a prayer group. I saw October come up. Conservative sources. I'm very well read. I'm very understanding of how nations work. I've traveled quite a bit, and I'm not just making these things up. I can confirm what I have said. And with that in mind, on Monday night, I had another dream. And it woke me from my bed. I made notes about it. I shot some video of myself, just making sure I can remember. But here's what I saw. I saw a calendar. Start with a calendar. And as I was having this, the calendar was up, a white figure appeared. And to me, it was representing God, the Holy Spirit, something pure, something righteous, something true, something holy, because there was nothing sinister about it, nothing evil. But I heard the voice say, part two. And I saw June go up. I saw July, I saw August, and then I saw September. And I saw the finger underneath the word September, and like emphasizing it, and tapped it 3 times. And then I saw October come up, and then I saw November. And this is when it got real to me in the dream. I think the intensity, according to my Fitbit, when I woke up, my heart rate was about 180. So that was Monday night. It was also a night that I woke up not feeling very well at all. I was up during the night, not feeling well. But anyway, the minute the finger underlined November 3 times, instead of tapping it, I saw a fist ball up and it hit the calendar. And literally, the calendar exploded into the wall. The numbers seemed like they were 3D and they were just flying everywhere. And there was a cloud of chaos that started. And then the next thing I saw was I saw armed protesters. I saw fighting in the streets. I saw people pummeling one another. I saw businesses shuttered and shut up. I saw schools closed. I saw schoolrooms with cobwebs hanging in them, and like things like papers falling off the wall and posters falling, like no one had been in them for months. I saw bank buildings with the roofs being taken off. And it looked almost like alien abduction because money was just flying through the roof into some type of like a vacuum cleaner. I know it sounds kind of strange, but I was watching wealth just being taken. I saw politicians in back rooms making deals with people, patting people on the back and laughing and smiling and smirking. And I saw monuments. I saw Washington, D.C. burning. I saw Washington, D.C. blazing. I saw fires everywhere. I saw people being rounded up. I saw Chinese and Russian soldiers on the ground. And Russian soldiers were telling the Chinese soldiers to go and pick up these people, round up these people, secure this quadrant, secure this area. I saw blue helmets of the UN. I saw military things taking place. I also saw no sign of President Trump. I saw no sign of leadership in Washington, D.C. But the vultures that I had seen were now like gargoyles, and they were 10 feet off the ground, 10 to 15 feet off the ground. And they were just attacking people mercilessly. I saw people hiding in their homes and garages. I saw churches being burned. I saw homes being burned. I saw absolute chaos. And the fist punch on the November of 2020 is what got my attention. And then I heard the words again, brace yourself, brace yourself, brace yourself. That has been something that I have heard for almost 7 months now. Starting once we get to July, it's going to be 7 months. And once again, I'm not claiming to be a prophet. I'm not proclaiming, just let's see what happens in through November, and see if I'm right about this. But I know when I hear God's voice. I know what God's voice sounds like to me. I know when He speaks. And I know when I have a dream that I know is Him. And the things that I was seeing, I don't say this to scare people, but I say this to warn people that there are some pretty sinister things coming down the pike. And not just for the lost, but for God's people as well. The second dream I had last night, and it woke me up. In this dream, we just had a yard sale to help fund a team going to Ecuador this next year. And we had a yard sale. And I had asked our secretary to get us some change for that yard sale. So in the dream that I'm having, I walk into the bank to get some change. And on the door it says there's no change available. I saw the sign, it registered in my mind, but I walked on in, and the president of the local bank was at the teller station, and she was going to be taking care of business. And I said, I need to get $10 in quarters for a yard sale. And she said, I'm sorry, but the U.S. Mint is no longer making currency or making change, like pennies, nickels, dimes, quarters, half dollars. We're not doing that anymore. And I was like, well, what do you mean? She said, they've stopped doing it. And I said, well, how are we going to be able to charge $1.50 for anything? And she said, prepare for hyperinflation and just charge $2. And then she said to me in the dream, oh, and by the way, $1 and $5 bills will follow soon after that. And then I heard those words, brace yourself, brace yourself, brace yourself. And I woke up, I wrote these things down. I've never gone on video and recorded the dreams that I've had. And I hesitated to not do the one I had back in December. But everything I saw in that dream in December came true between March and June, when in the dream I was showed March through June. And so I don't think I would be doing anyone a service if I don't share what I saw in these dreams and visions. And I believe that we're going to see not just a second huge wave of COVID between September, October, November, but we're going to see major things with the elections. We're going to see major chaos in our country. We're going to see troops in our cities. We're going to see the protests get even worse. We're going to see buildings burn. We're going to see what could only lead to civil war in this country. And so for my friends that are believers, I'm just going to share you what I think you need to hear. First of all, you need to be preparing food. You need to make sure you've got alternative forms of currency like silver or gold or whatever. I believe you need to have an ample supply of both guns and ammunition. And that's not just the Second Amendment fan in me coming out. That is the things that we're seeing. They're talking about defunding the police. That means one thing. You're on your own in a lot of areas. I also believe you need to be praying like you've never prayed before. Make sure your family knows what's going on, where you are. Have some communication between your family about if certain things happen, if certain things go down. I'm not saying get off the grid, and I've never, ever said anything like this in my church. I have said I believe things like this could happen, but I've never done what I'm doing right now. And I'm telling you that between September and November of this coming year, and you'll be able to check me, if by the time we get to November nothing's happened, or December 1st, man, you call me on this and say, Dana Coverstone, you're an absolute idiot and a fool for saying those things. Go right ahead. Because I realize I'm responsible for what I've spoken. But I also know what I sense, and I know the Holy Spirit's voice enough to know that what I've heard, I believe is going to happen. And what I heard in December happened between March and June. Not because I'm a prophet, but because dreams have a prophetic edge.
Notice he said between September and November. Now, we will literally have a witness, second witness, in September. Yeah. In September to November. That's spring. Wow. It's right there. There's a lot of things he done said that we don't actually gonna talk about tonight. He saw some things where some, where things was forced, things would change. Monetary system would change. New laws came in. Russia was there. China was there. The UN was there. Meaning what was there first returns. Now, since these soldiers will not be from where you at. How you think they're gonna treat you? Remember, you're being captured. You know what I'm saying? But Russia knows who we are, though. Heck, Russia and probably China. You understand? If Russia's saying, like, go round up these people over there, Russia knows they got the history of they know who we are as a people. Can't speak up because it didn't say we're gonna be delivered with a military. But the Gentile nations are going to help to deliver our people back home. We will have to. It's gonna be their job. It was right there. New monetary system. He said, I saw no sign of Trump. He went on to say what? I saw no sign of any president of the United States of America. I see no governing power from the Americas, from the United States of America. I didn't see no governing power, no authority. America's been subdued. Mm-hmm. Two heads rise up on the same day. America's head rise up on the same day, even as Britain or the UK head is written on the same day. Because America's head is the one who just became head. The witness of being a beast. Simultaneously. Can't have one without the other. I ain't gonna hold you that much longer. Just seeing that the book of Daniel is playing out before us now. The fourth beast is here. Hence why everything's been required to change. Now, the Bible says that the Messiah is going to suffer many things. Son of man shall suffer many. All right. Not to tell this to anyone, the Son of Man must suffer many things. He said he must be rejected by the elders, chief priests, scribes, and he must be killed, and on the third day be raised to life. The Messiah said to all of them, if anyone wants to come after me, he must deny himself and take up his stake daily. Follow me. All right, so the Son of Man, as we see it here, said he would suffer. All right, so then many people say, oh, I haven't seen him at all. Okay. Well, I have seen him, and he is not dead, but he is well alive. It says the Son of Man also, at the end of him, where my man, at the end of him is peace. The Spirit of truth receives the same thing as well. The world will not receive the Holy Spirit. The Spirit of truth, the world cannot receive him. They cannot. So if they cannot receive him, then they're going to do the opposite of receiving him, which is what? Receive the beast. The Spirit of truth, the world cannot accept him because it neither sees him nor knows him. But you know him, for he lives with you and will be in you. Look, and now ask the Father, and he will give you another advocate. What? One who will speak on your behalf. The Father told me today, he said, son, I want you to start to pray for mercy for all your people. I don't care what wrong they have done. I want you to pray for me to have mercy on every single last one of them. Like, okay. Now, that means it's about to be bad. If the Father's saying for me to pray for mercy for y'all, that means it's about to be bad. They're about to be a straight up short target. You all are about to be targets. Targeted. The Charles don't really like us. He's been trying to take us off our own lands in so-called Africa for years. And now he's got the authority to do so? What do you think he's gonna do? Make empty promises? He's not intending to keep? Sure thing. There's places in so-called Africa where they literally bow down to his father's image. I wonder in that place, if they don't bow down to this father's image, will they get killed? They don't say that. But if his father was King George, we see we're right there in the thick. Charles's father. Prince Philip. There is no set term of office or term limit. The head of the Commonwealth will be there forever. There is no set term of office or term limit. You can be in there forever. There is no set term of office or term limit, and the role itself has no constitutional relevance to any of the member states within the Commonwealth. The position is currently held by Charles. Here it is again. In the late 19th and 20th century, the British Empire began to be referred to as the Commonwealth of Nations. Several colonies gained a substantial autonomy as they achieved dominion status. Nevertheless, the unity of the Commonwealth was seen as being established by the shared allegiance to the monarch, was established by the shared allegiance to the monarch of the United Kingdom. Monarch of the United Kingdom, commonly referred to as the British monarchy. The constitutional form of government by which a hereditary sovereign reigned as the head of state of the United Kingdom, the Crown dependencies, and the British overseas territories, the current. There's a line over here, like there's a line on the other side. Or they're all brought under, operate as one. See, South Africa, I was looking for. Ghana. So yeah, he lives. Okay, I seen him. This is what I'm saying to you. It's about the year, right? But that would do it for our time here on Truth Colors. Look into that. America now has a king because she does, and it's about to get worse. That's why the Constitution and all that stuff don't really work now. Why? Because you're up under a whole new reign. And they've been preparing for this reign for a while now. So Trump was the last defense for this country. After he's been removed, what's going to happen is going to happen. Even as my father had said to me those years. So whatever looks good now is going to seriously change. And therefore, you will not be able to buy, sell, or trade without having this mark. No matter what you try to do. So, like I said, thanks for tuning in for Truth Colors. Remember, this is a place where truth is not biased. It's absolute. Thank you for everyone who gave, definitely needed, or definitely appreciated. We got a good insight.
Yeah, so we are here at Truth Colors today, and today I blew my brother Yasha's mind, you know, by telling him something that he didn't even know about, you know. You see, the Father works in amazing ways. Yasha has had, see the background that I have right here? It has many colors. It's the truth colors background. So Yasha has had it since he started his YouTube channel. So me in the process of doing my reading my stuff and all that, I've read about the coat of many colors. You know, the father, all the patriarchs in the Bible used to have that coat. It goes down from Adam all the way till Joseph, and you know, during the period of Joseph is when the coat kind of disappeared, but it was the coat of many colors. The same thing is what my brother Yasha here has, truth colors. So you guys need to know that where all the colors for the truth are is where the Father dwells. So this guy has the truth and it's the bomb. If you guys are still double-minded, it's for your own doom. Check him out. Always listen to his words. The Father says you listen to what he tells you. You don't look at what he's doing. Listen to what he's telling you. If you follow the instructions, boom, you'll be saved. If you look at Adam and Eve, they didn't follow the instructions. The Father gave them the instructions. They went away from it. They did their own thing. They leaned onto their own understanding. But right now, he's speaking to all of us through Yasha. So we're supposed to listen to what Yasha is telling us. Truth colors. That's where the truth is. The way, the truth, and the lie. Yeah, my boy.
Yeah. Appreciate it, fam. Appreciate it, fam. I do.
All right. You gonna cut it?
Yeah. All right, fam.
Thank you for subscribing and supporting my Patreon channel, where the truth is not biased. It's absolute. I dedicate this channel through Nzambi Zulu to the awakening of my people and discovering who they truly are, to bring out information and revelation that they may not see anywhere else. And as we embark on this journey together, feel free to shop with us. OBYU, featuring our brand, Goshen Black. You can also purchase new truth music from me, your boy Heart of Song, aka Music, featuring Etana, Nzambi, JG, The Messenger, and other great artists on CD Baby and iTunes. It's time to awaken to the truth and power. Aren't you tired of being lied to? Truth speaks. Truth awakens. Truth colors.
Other Psalms.
Revelations. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast in his image, and receive his mark into his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of Elohim, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation. And he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. And the smoke of their torment ascendeth up forever and ever. And they have no rest day nor night who worship the beast in his image, and whosoever receiveth the mark of his name. Satan cast into the lake of fire. And the devil that deceived them was cast into the lake of fire and brimstone, where the beast and the false prophet are, and they shall be tormented day and night forever and ever. The great white throne. And I saw a great white throne, and him that sat on it, from whose face the earth and the heaven fled away, and there was found no place for them. And I saw the dead, small and great, stand before Elohim, and the books were open, and another book was open, which was in the book of life. And the dead were judged out of those things which were written in the books, according to their works. And the sea gave up the dead which were in it, and death and hell delivered up the dead which were in them, and they were judged, every man according to their works, in death and hell were cast into the lake of fire. This is the second death, and whosoever was not found written in the book of life was cast into the lake of fire. But I will tell you what will happen to cowards and to everyone who is unfaithful or dirty-minded or who murders or is sexually immoral or uses witchcraft or worships idols or tell lies. They will be thrown into that lake of fire and burning sulfur. This is the second